Hey guys, Jesse here. I just wanted to talk about the Omega Seamaster 300 Professional today. And I'll be getting some good close ups of the watch on this table. I got some new lighting set up, some actual good lighting. Uh, but, so, in a nutshell, what do I think about this watch? Well, I think this watch is absolutely fantastic. I think if you're looking for a watch that you want to spend a decent amount of money on and you want to get into the luxury market, but you don't want to spend, $10,000 on a used old, 5-digit sub, um, because, let's face it, if you want to get a new reference sub, whether it's a no date or a date version, if you want to get it brand new and we're talking stickered, you're talking 15 for a date, and for a no date, you're talking every bit of probably high 12s to $13,000, and that's stickered. That's brand new. Don't get me wrong. You can get a Submariner that's 20 years old, and as long as that watch is being taken care of and being serviced, fucking phenomenal watch, and will last you a lifetime, long enough till you can pass it down and hand it as an heirloom to one of your children. But if you don't want to spend 10K on a watch and you want to get something that's robust, can handle whatever you throw it at it, and no matter what you're stepping in, this thing's going to be right there with you, and it's going to keep on rolling with the punches. You got 300 meters of water resistance, okay? You got screw down crown, screw down case back. It's a master chronometer with a coaxial 8800 movement, helium escape valve, ceramic bezel, ceramic dial. There is certain things to this watch that I'm not a fan of that we will get into. For example, that bezel sucks ass, and everybody knows this. It's not just me. And there's some issues with the bracelet, but stainless steel watch, obviously. I don't know the exact ingredients that they use in their stainless steel. I know, Rolex is the 904L oyster steel, but I will tell you, Omega's fit and finish is, for this price range, they're second to none. They are extremely good, extremely robust. Come here, buddy. No, it doesn't have a JLC movement on the inside, the finishing, or, um, something crazy, it doesn't have like longa, Patek, it's obviously, you're talking a 5K watch, and you're going to get 5K worth of, a finishing on this piece. It's by no means a slouch. It is a tool watch. It's a man's watch. You can use this for anything. No matter what you throw at this thing, it's going to be right there, rocking and rolling. As far as thickness on this thing, I'm not exactly sure. I think it's somewhere around the 13 millimeters. I could be wrong. Obviously, it's not as thick as my Marathon, which is, 14 and a half millimeters thick. But, so the thickness on this thing is pretty good. Like I said, you got the ceramic bezel insert, the ceramic dial, master chronometer movement, it is meta certified, so it's going to have a lot better accuracy and robustness to it than your standard chronometer. A fan of is that they use the anti-glare coating on the inside of the crystal and the outside. And on the inside, that's totally perfect because it's you're talking about a sapphire, crystal, so sapphire glass, so it's it's not going to scratch. But once you put that coating, that anti-reflective coating on the outside, and you scratch it, now it looks like you got a scratch crystal, and it's just a pain in the ass if you're OCD like me. Other than that, like I said, the bezel is totally shit. You can barely work this thing. I have no idea how in the hell. And this is the bezel they use on all these different models. And the thing about, well, not all of them, but you know, I would say the models like, you know, the older Omega Seamasters like this, you know, the earlier ones that, you know, that Pierce Brosnan wore. They originally started with a quartz movement, and they moved into an automatic movement version. But you know, the older ones that don't have the ceramic dial, they still have the wave pattern in the dial, but you know, I don't know how in the hell they were able to get this past R&D. You know, I'm sure they put these watches out in the field, you know, for anybody in law enforcement or special operations to, you know, to use these and give their feedback. And I just don't understand how Omega did this, because it really is a bitch to operate this thing. You know, you go pick up any of my other watches, and, you know, I have tons of watches. You know what? Let's just grab the Squale real quick. Let's just grab the Squale real quick. Look at this. All day long. I mean, besides the fact that I had just put into a video and let you guys know that my Squale 1521 just quit working, the movement on the inside, it's got one of the ETA movements. This watch right here is kick-ass. But anyways, back to the Omega. Yeah, it's just a real pain in the ass to actuate the bezel. And then, of course, there's the bracelet issues. You know, there is absolutely no taper to this bracelet. The clasp is humongous. You know, it does have the their form of glide lock system on here. It doesn't have as much stroke as, you know, the Rolex, you know, Submariner does. So you're not going to get as much length out of this, but you know, it is quite a bit compared to a lot of the other watch manufacturers, the way they're doing their clasp diver extensions out there. But you know, it's something. You know, you gotta appreciate it somewhat. You know, of course, Tudor has the, you know, the T-fit, and it's pretty kick-ass too. But you know, that is something that's good about this clasp. It does have that diver's extension, and it does have quite a bit to it. But no taper to the bracelet. It's chunky. Is it comfortable? Yes, it is comfortable. But it's just, you know, I feel like they could have refined this a lot more and did a lot better of a job. But outside of that, and I'm sure there's a ton of things that I'm missing or not talking about, but outside of that, you know, it is a good, solid piece. And for the money, I really don't think you can beat it. You know, for around the $5,000 mark, if you're looking to get in this market, yeah, I mean, you could spend less, get a Tudor Black Bay, or as the Godfather, the Urban Gentry says, the Bland Bay. So all that being said, if you guys are in the market, like I said, to buy this watch, I just want to let you guys know that 100% I give this watch 2 thumbs up. Can't say enough good things about this watch. Like I said, if you weigh the pros and cons, the pros definitely outweigh the cons in this situation. So take it from somebody that's an industrial maintenance mechanic by trade. You know, I'm hard on my watches. I wear them to work, and I use my tools, as watches espionage would say, to use your tools ethos. So, like and subscribe if you like this video. I'll try to put out more content. Follow me on Instagram at capturedintime_89. And thanks, guys. You guys have a wonderful night. Stay happy, stay healthy.